When Sam and Mim moved into their new home, the back fence needed fixing. Their neighbour agreed to go halves on a new one. But 10 years on, still no fence. Costs have blown out and the pensioners say they're sick of the games.
What sort of bloke are you?
Well, I reckon I'm a good bloke.
No, I don't think he's a good bloke at all.
He's not a good bloke. A good bloke wouldn't do this to two 80-year-olds.
I've never heard of one dragging on 10 years.
Mate, I've got to hand it to you.
What's that?
You've got the system totally beaten.
Have I?
Yeah. You're untouchable.
Yes, he's above the law because nobody else can do anything about it, and he just keeps on playing this little game. He's just messing with me, that's all.
The anatomy of a 17-metre suburban fence. Almost 10 years, multiple requests to fix it, 18 quotes and one giant heartache.
How ridiculous. How ridiculous that the law can't help you.
The plot in this long-running Melbourne melodrama is pretty straightforward, unlike the Trimbolis fence. Elderly couple constantly plead with a prosperous businessman to fix the back fence of their Cheltenham property, to no avail.
How many attempts have you made to get this fence done?
I've made over 20, if not more, to get this fence. Every year I ask him to do it and he just won't do it.
The businessman, that's Dean, overpromises and under-delivers.
It's a very important fence because it's their security and it's their safety.
Okay, it's a fence. And I'll show you my emails to him. Just maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Like all melodramas, there are strong emotions and moral conflict.
Why are we dragging this out for 10 years? Why do you make them stressed? Mum's been crying over the years. Dad's been stressed about it.
Well, I suppose you could call that offence offensive. Mim and Sam say they've exhausted every avenue to get Dean to stump up his half of the fence. And the longer it goes, the more it costs them.
The first quote, $1,283 or $641 each. Almost a decade later, the last quote, $3,052 or $1,526 each.
My husband and I are only pensioners. We don't have a lot of money to go and put up a fence and then go to a court to get the money back. It's impossible.
Here's the lie of the land. Mim and Sam's property backs onto Dean's investment property, which he rents out. Between them, there's 17 metres of feudal fence. There's no privacy, and Mim and Sam say they feel unsafe and insecure.
It's just that fence was absolutely fine. It was strong. Okay. Well, I'm thinking it might even be sabotage. I don't know, right? But I've got
sabotage.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Sam's 84, mate. He says he suspects you deliberately damaged the fence.
No, we did not do that at all. The fence was in that state when we bought the house.
These photos from 2016 show a fence clearly on the fritz.
Have you seen the fence?
I have seen the fence.
It's a disgrace.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it is.
It's enshrined in law that you are entitled to have a dividing fence between you and your neighbour. If that fence is then falling down and you do not have privacy, you don't have security, well then you're entitled to take steps to ensure that that in fact happens.
Justin Lawrence specialises in property law at Henderson and Ball.
If you are taking a reasonable approach and you are a reasonable neighbour and your neighbour comes to you and says, I'd like a new fence, well then it suits you equally as it suits them to have a new fence put in place.
A lot of people would say, look, it's just a fence. It's not a big deal, but it's more than that though, isn't
It's not just a fence. It becomes their security. It becomes our topic of conversation at Christmas. It becomes my topic of conversation when I call to see how their day is going.
Frustrated, the family took Dean to court, but they claim he didn't respond to a registered mail notice and it didn't proceed. Mim and Sam, who live pension to pension, claim they've spent more than $600 on court fees and registered mail to fight for their new fence.
And the administration staff said, you may as well go to the media, you'll get a much quicker response. So that's where we're at.
The fact that someone has drawn it out over time means that they've really bucked the system. They've not beaten it. They've simply just drawn it out.
What are you going to do about the fence?
After almost a decade, nearly 3,500 days, when we turn up, it takes the landlord 2 minutes and 43 seconds to fold on the fence.
I will do their fence.
Oh, mate, you've been saying that for almost 10 years.
No.
Shortly after this interview, Dean paid a fencing company his share.
Good, great. Should have done it 10 years ago.
Thank you for that. It's been great.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah.
Mate, paid your half. I reckon you should have paid for the whole thing. But at least Sam and Mim, you can talk about something else now at Christmas.